Yo, what's good, family and friends? Hey, man, today we're gonna actually mark up, where Bitcoin is heading to, right? What is the next move, right? So, looking at this is Bitcoin. I'm using my, of course, tradingview.com, which is lit. But looking at this, you guys can see that we previously, we recently hit an all-time high, right? Back in November 10th, right? All-time high at 68, right? Well, 69,000. Now, understand that the market right now for Bitcoin is currently sitting at, right, 42,366. Okay. Now, looking at this, right, I'm going to go and pull out my fibs real quick just so we can see where we're supposed to be at, right? So I'm going to go ahead and, mark up my low to high. And you guys can see, right, because this is the impulse and now the retracement, they go down, right? It actually hit 618 at first, went back up, right? This right here is a liquidity grab, of course, right? For the people that don't know what liquidity grab is, all it is, family, is simply the big guys, the big market, right? Simply kicking small guys out, right? Trying to get them out of their trades, trying to get them out of their stocks, trying to scare people away, right? Create fear. Now, understand that the market went down lower, right? It went down to 786 and then actually hit, right, 886, which is sitting at, lowest it went down to was back in January 24th of this year, 2022, right? Went down to 33,000, right? 33,000 is crazy, right? Compared to 69,000, right? So looking at this, understand that the simple fact that it touched this zone at 886 and the fact that it rejected immediately, that shows and tell me that it's gonna at least hit 77,400, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that up, right? So I have this fibs, right? My fibs is pretty much 886, 786, 71, 618. Honestly, 556 is, you don't need to have that, but it's point five, 0, and then 1, and also negative 21. So the saying for this is that anytime the market rejects at 886, it's gonna go to, at least negative 21 for the impulse. So I'm expecting an impulse that looks like this, right? But before this can actually happen, what it has to do is that it has to create liquidity, it has to create momentum before it shoots up, right? So now what we want to do, because we're looking at this on a daily, right? Bitcoin on a daily. What I want to do, right, is that I want to go in smaller time frame to see where we can potentially, catch some trades, trying to get in for the best time to invest, and also for the people that actually does margin trading, they can also catch, an area where they could get in for a potential buy or sells, right? But first thing first, you guys know crypto is a booming stocks, right? Cryptocurrency is definitely in a bullish market, right? Definitely a bullish market. It's definitely a uptrend. So we know that on a weekly. Now let's go ahead and look at it on 4 hours, right? Go ahead and hide this. This looks crazy to me. Shebang. And also, by the way, I trade, right? I like to mark up my chart. I like a naked chart. I don't like all this extra stuff. Like, I mean, yes, I do have sessions for my indicators, right? I do have some DeLorean as my indicators, which is just simply an EMA, right? That has multiple EMAs, I should say. And I also do have volumes, but I don't really, I don't have that open all the time. Like, I only utilize them if I need it, right? So looking at this, we recently experienced the retracement or the correction, right? Now you guys can see that it started to turn around over here, right? So now the big question is, right? So we already know the retracement should be done, but what has to happen before this can actually go back up? It has to go back down because they left a lot of imbalance, right? Imbalance is simply an improper action, right? Improper action is, whenever, big institutional or head hedge funds, am I saying it right? Hedge funds, there you go. Hedge funds, right? Get in the market and they pump up the actual, stocks, crypto, whatever it may be, right? So there's definitely an improper action in here. Now, if you guys zoom in, right? Let's go ahead and zoom in, see what's happening in here. So looking at this, right? recently had this massive move, right? We recently had this massive push up. I'm going to just draw a line for you guys. Shebang, right? You guys can see that. And if we were to measure this real quick, just to see where how much it moved, right? It went up to at least 13,000 pips or 13,000 difference, right? So it went up $13,000, right, since it hit the previous low. So looking at this, right? Wow, wow, that's crazy. Looking at this, there's multiple ways to predict where the market could go. If it's gonna go down or go up, right? One is this, a tool called parallel channel. A lot of people use parallel channel, right, because it gives them an insight of where the price could go, right, how it should be, right. So I'm gonna go ahead and simply mark this up, boom, shebang, and drag that parallel channel, right? So as you guys can see, parallel channel is just simply a trend line that that makes Bitcoin or any type of in the market, right? It's just a trend line that gives you, like, where it's being respected to, right? So in a sense, it's like a trend line slash support and resistance, right? So looking at this, right, right, I'm not here to teach you guys anything. I just want to give you guys an insight on where Bitcoin could potentially go, right? Looking at this though, right, you guys see that there was a massive push up and then now it's going down. I strongly believe, right, the market is going to go down to at least this level just because we have this massive push up, right? We're looking at this on daily, family, right? If we were to see this on a 4 hour time frame, you guys can see that the sun is following me, family. I'm in San Diego right now, California, right? I'm actually from Maryland. But looking at this, right, you guys can see that there's a massive improper action. We have a massive push up right here, right? And looking at this, just understanding how market moves, right? This is a lot of liquidity, a lot of money that was left out by the bankers, right? So imagine, right, if you're a trader, imagine if you're an investor, majority of the time you probably got in at the lower end. Majority of the time you probably got in at the best opportunity around this zone or even lower, right? So all of these are area that a lot of people got in, including the banks, right? But understand that in trading and when it comes to the stocks market, right, the house never lose. They don't like to lose, right? So what they want to do is they want to push the market back down, right, to at least kick some some position out so that they can get in, right? So looking at this right now, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and quickly undo all those line or circles that I created, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and hide that as well. Looking at this, now what I want to do is I want to pull up my fibs where it can potentially go back down to, right? Go back down to one, retrace, because if they don't retrace, this would be an improper action, right? And two, right, that would be also the retest to see if this is actually going to keep pushing up. Now, looking at this right now, right, I know I'm in 8 minutes in, right? So what I want to do is I want to pull up my fibs yet again, right? Instead of going down all, actually, we could do that. Let's, drag it down from the previous low to the high, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this also. Boom, right? You guys can see that your 618, which is what we all know as golden zone, right? Which is where the market should always go to, right? Is sitting right there. So the level for that would be this zone, right? 618, right? You guys can see this. Boom, right? So we're hoping that the market could potentially go back down to. So it should look like this. Should look like this, right? Go down and then bounce off. So that means a lot of people want to get in for for either you if you're either a trader or if you're an investor, a lot of people want to get in at this price, right? 38,000 is not bad, but understand just because that's the price action that most people will get into, the bank knows that. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna purposely go lower, right? What I know is that it's gonna go lower to at least this zone, right? 7-1, 786, or 886, right? So looking at this, right? Just looking at this, right now, I'm gonna go ahead and go dive into smaller time frame just so I could see what's truly happening. Right, you guys can see that on, let's see, boom. You guys can see that we also have imbalance right here. Right, we also have a massive imbalance down there. Right, from the price from here all the way down pretty much, right? But let's just say right there, because we do have a good buying pressure. We're lacking of selling pressure, right? So from 34,000 all the way up to 35,000, we got imbalance, we got liquidity, we have a lot of money that needs to be grabbed, right? So looking at this, me personally, what I would do if I was an investor, right? If I was also a trader, I would wait for this massive push down and get my entry down here. Yes, that also means that you could potentially miss just in case if market does take off all the way once it hits this level at 38, you could potentially miss it. But let's just say you get in at lower price, right? The lower you go, you get in for a buy opportunity, the better. So looking at this, right? What I like to do, families, I like to mark up my 786 or my 886 as my buying opportunity, my area where I want to get in, right? So, me personally, family, what I want to do is instead of going in between, instead of picking one or another, right? This is mainly for, I guess, for the investor side now. Is I would want to measure the 50% of this imbalance, and that's when I want to get in for investing, right? That's when I want to put my money in, right? So let's go ahead and simply draw that back from 786 to 886 and do a 50%, right? Fibs. Shebang, shebang, right? Looking at this, boom, here's my little template, boom. That's my 50%. So what I want to do is I want to draw a quick line so you guys can see where I want to get in. Boom, right? So now looking at this, I have this, right? We'll go ahead and reset this because it looks crazy right now. What I would do, family, is instead of getting in for a buy opportunity over here, right? Instead of getting a buy opportunity up here, I would get in at this level at 35,120s, which by the way, 20 is a key level, right? If you know, you know. If not, tap in with me. I would love to show you how I learned it. I would love to show you guys how we all can make money together, right? No income claim on anything. I just want to make sure, I'm just simply showing you guys ways to make money better and the right way. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, go back to negative 21, and I would drag this just below the actual fibs. So, hey, this right here, it looks like a good setup. Me personally, I like this setup, right? Hey man, go ahead and drop drop your thoughts, drop your comments, drop your opinion. I want to know. I want to have some. I want to bring in a lot of people in this business, right? In this space, where I can talk to people about where we think the market's gonna go. I want to work with other. Definitely want to do some collaboration with different people with different team, just so that I can not only gain more knowledge and raise awareness, but also potentially help you out as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this color, and I'm also gonna publish this to my YouTube, publish this to my Telegram, publish this to TradingView.com. So I hope that you guys got something out of this. I hope that you guys, learned something. And also I would love to definitely chat with you guys, right? So that I can also learn. With that being said, man, thank you so much for everyone's support, for everyone's love. And also, I'm a type of person that loves, positive energy, you know. So if you guys could do that, that would be amazing. Definitely give me your feedback. Appreciate you guys. Peace out.